Someone new comes to town with questions about their missing friend, and someone old reminds us he can still be a threat. We see old lovers fight under the full moon, and a transition that carries a bite so deadly it brings a new fear to the vampires of Mystic Falls. This is By the Light of the Moon.
Woo!
Oh! Ow, ow, ow! That's what we're going to do?
Keep that in.
Guys, welcome back to Bloodlines and Backdrops. Very excited to talk about this episode. Tyler finally transitions, and we have Tyler's wolf. So
he's laying right on top of me. I hope y'all are jealous.
It's very important to note that they did use real wolves on the show quite a bit.
They're so well trained, and they are so well behaved, and they're such intelligent animals, but they are a wild animal. And sometimes you don't know what they're going to do. And there's always that contingency plan. The handler is sort of standing there expecting something to happen.
They have to put this like electric fence all around the set, and we have to be quiet because we don't want to startle them.
Thunder, here, up. Good boy. If you for some reason have food on you, let's just say it's not a good idea to have a 150-pound, wolf coming at you.
We have software that we developed in-house to track characteristics onto a face that's moving. And so we were able to deform the surface of the wolf's face to make him look scary and angry. The forehead wrinkles, and around the cheek, you get these kind of wrinkles as he pulls back his, as he snarls. And then we pulled back his lips to reveal some pretty nasty looking teeth. And then a little bit of CG drool coming out also helped.
But they did have to do B-roll footage stuff. So they did have these wolves. These are not taxidermy, all right? These are fake.
They are handmade.
It is handmade. It looks as real as it could look, but that is Tyler Lockwood. I don't know who I'm wearing. We may not have met this person yet, or this could just be a random wolf in a wolf pack down the road. I don't know. Could be from a different show. But this one, that one's exciting. So you can typically see these in the store. If you've come by the store, you know that we have them. So anyways, thank you for joining us, Tyler Lockwood. How are you doing tonight?
I'm feeling good.
It's a rough episode. No. This is a crazy episode, though. I'm ready to get into it. All right. The episode starts out, Tyler's in his dad's office at the Lockwood Mansion. So he's at Lockwood Mansion. He's got a bag of chains and, all the stuff that he needs or whatever. And in the background, Mason's transformation video is playing. So I don't know how many times at this point Tyler has watched it, but he's definitely hyping himself.
Watching it.
He is. Yeah. He is binge watching it to get ready for what is about to happen to him. He tries phoning Mason again. So he calls Mason, answering machine picks up, and there's a woman there, and she comes around the corner, looks like she's, I don't know, coming out of the bathroom or the kitchen
brushing
or something.
Her teeth.
Yeah, something like that. So there's a woman, and she listens to the message that Tyler is leaving. All right, so cut to the Gilbert house, and Elena is begging Bonnie to get Stefan out of the tomb. Yep. And she's like, not yet. Stefan has asked me to just protect you right now. Just leave him in the tomb. We're going to leave things the way they are because you're on this suicide mission. So she says, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to listen. I'm on Stefan's side this time. So she gets up and leaves the room. She says something like, I need some coffee or something like that. Because Jeremy walks in, right? And things are a little weird between her and Jeremy right now. Because last episode, she didn't kiss him. Okay?
Which is crazy.
Insane.
I would have been making out, doing more, but it's fine.
There is some chemistry between her and Luca as well. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say this. I have a comment about Bonnie, but I'm going to make it later in the episode.
So Elena goes to walk out, and then when she gets to the door, it stops her. And I love the way that they did the barrier, because in the Masquerade episode, you could kind of tell that they were fake putting their hand up.
I wrote that down too. You could see her fingers pressed up against it.
Yes, it looked so good how they did it. And I imagine they probably just had a glass piece there, a glass pane.
Yeah, I wrote down it's probably plexiglass or something.
Yeah, but in the Masquerade episode, you could tell they were kind of doing the mime thing where they were like, oh,
it was
no.
It was pretend. And this time they were like, oh, we got to make it look real. Unless she wasn't supposed to put. It could be, one of those oopsies on a show where it's supposed to be a clear barrier, but she puts her hand up against it. So it could be that too. We're going to have Presley put in a clip. Let y'all decide if it's supposed to be that or not. So she tries to leave, and she's like, look, Bonnie, Klaus killed Catherine's entire family for crossing him. Like, I don't want that to happen. And here's the thing. I get both sides of what's going on right now. Yeah. Elena is saying, I believe Catherine, and if I just turn myself over, hopefully everyone else is spared. Hopefully he sees the grace in what I've done. But then everyone else is saying, maybe there's a way. We all come out of this alive. Like, maybe there's a way, because I don't think that they would feel great about it if she did die, and then it was like, oh, we could have done this or could have done that.
She died and nothing changes.
Yeah, it's just like nothing happens. So I understand both sides of it. I understand Elena's side, and I understand their side of it when it comes to that. So back in the tomb, though, Damon fills Stefan in on what's going on, and he hands him a bag full of candles and lighters, as well as a bottle of blood. So just give him some supplies while he's down there. Doesn't bring him a fresh pair of clothes or anything. Catherine...
But Stefan turns it down because he says, if I eat it, then so does she. And so he's like starving himself so Catherine can't get anything.
Yeah. Which, this is a good... Stefan and Catherine.
I literally, I have some notes.
I also have some notes. Catherine tells them that they are too calm. And Stefan looks at Damon and he goes, don't listen to her. Like, you just need to keep Elena safe. Yeah. That's all I care about. So the woman from earlier in the episode shows up at the Lockwood house. So when Tyler made that phone call and she was at Mason's, she shows up at the Lockwood house and she introduces herself as Mason's friend from Florida. She goes, oh, you must be Tyler. And she's like, I'm looking for Mason. And Carol's like, he went to Florida. Like, he should be where you are. Like, he went to Florida. And then she's like, no, he's not in Florida. And they are both like, oh no. Like, they're like, oh no, starting to freak out. And then, that's starting to make sense with Tyler, because he's not phoning him back. He's not answering his calls. And he's
they
like,
were
all alone.
Actually at the mansion too.
Yes,
yeah, because you get a really good shot of the red dining room, and I talk about the red dining room a lot on the tour, so you get a really good shot of the dining room.
Yes, they did use the property for that, which is great. Good filming day. It was really nice weather out there. Tyler goes to the grill and tells Caroline about Jules, and Caroline looks at Alaric, because she gives him this, oh shit, he's about to find out. He's going to find out. She gives him that look, and then now Alaric's going to run and go tell Damon at some point. I'm pretty sure what's going on. Damon tells Elena, yeah, oopsie, I did not tell Stefan that Elijah was alive, which I think is unfair to Catherine also, which, I mean, I'm not that Damon wants to be fair to Catherine, but he's basically like, Stefan's the safest place he could be.
But I do get why Damon isn't telling Stefan. Because, I mean, you got to think, Stefan's trapped in there. Stefan's literally a worrywart. That's all that he does.
He is.
So he doesn't want to tell Stefan, and now Stefan's just trapped and can't do absolutely nothing about it.
Definitely.
So I kind of get that.
That makes sense. So Damon tells Jeremy, we all have our roles, basically. He says, Bonnie's dealing with the Moonstone. He says, I'm on Elena Patrol, and Vampire Barbie is with Tyler. And then he's like, and if he bites her, I mean, that just kills 2 stones for me. Just kills 2 birds with 1 stone for me. That's two of my problems gone. Alaric calls him to let him know Mason has been declared a missing person, because Tyler made a comment to Caroline that his mom was on the phone with her mom when he left the house. So she was making that claim. And then also tells him about Jules. And he says she has everyone in a tizzy. Her friend is missing.
I wrote that down, and I was like, what does that mean? What is tizzy?
Tizzy is like in a spiral. Everybody's spiraling. Everybody's upset. Yes, he's like, I got everybody in a tizzy. It's an old saying. It's an old person saying. But it's funny because it's like, of course she does. Her friend is missing. She just went and saw his family, and his family's like, no, we haven't seen him. So Damon gets off of Elena Patrol, tells Jeremy he's on Elena Patrol. And I thought this was so cute. Jeremy, like, popped himself down onto Elena. Very cute brother and sister moment. And then Damon makes this snarky comment, and she shoves Jeremy off of her. And I just, like, not even important to the show. I just thought it was a cute moment between the two of them. Because you don't see a lot of, like...
little family moments.
Yeah, little family real moments. Like, it's all just heavy drama.
Like, they
all the
really
time.
look like their brother and sister in that moment. Yeah,
definitely. I agree with that. All right, so Jules drives off after talking to Carol. And she phones someone. And we don't know who this someone is.
Did you notice where she parks? She parks right where we park for the tours, right behind Elena's house.
Oh, did she?
Yeah,
okay, So on which side? Behind the duplex or?
But no, behind
or the yellow house.
On, like, directly behind Elena's. Like, if she's pulling out a Lockwood,
So
she just parked behind Elena's.
Okay, so where the apartments behind Elena's, right there, where the mailboxes are?
Yes, where the mother-in-law suite is.
Okay, oh, that's fun. Okay. Well, that's where she's parked then when she makes this call. And then she calls Mason a liar, which sucks because Tyler wasn't a wolf. Now, she's assuming that Tyler was already a wolf and Mason was keeping it a secret. But that's not the case. He was not a wolf until after Mason died. So it kind of sucks that right now she's thinking that Mason was like doing something that he did, but he didn't. He didn't know that. So we'll see how that plays out. So Jules goes to the grill and she goes in there. I think she's talking to Matt Donovan and she's asking him questions. Yeah. And they're all kind of looking around. And then Damon tells him that his body's rotting in the Bronco. Couldn't even keep the Bronco. Y'all could have painted it or something.
I also, like, where'd you park him? Is he just, like, beside the tomb? He's, like,
probably the same area where they just put Vicky's body in the side of a mudslide hill. Like, you just thought that was never going to surface.
He's just sitting
like,
there.
You guys are vampires. You could go very far away with these bodies. Like, why are you keeping them in town?
Also, bury him. You have super strength. Dig a hole.
Bury the whole Bronco. Dig it all up and bury it all. It doesn't make any sense.
Pick up the Bronco and throw it in the ocean.
Yeah.
The river, the lake, something.
Something. It's really crazy. I absolutely agree. It's kind of lazy, honestly. It's a little lazy. But then Alaric asks him if he thinks Joel's a werewolf, and then Damon pulls out his little baggie of wolf's bane. Like, he's got a little 10 sack. He's like, hey, we're gonna find out. So
she gonna do something for this 20.
We gonna figure it out. I don't know where he got wolfsbane from, but they don't tell us that part. Okay, back at the Lockwood cellar, Tyler's getting ready for his transformation. He's putting all the chains up and stuff. He says something about them holding 5,000 pounds, and Caroline says to him, she goes, how are you doing? And I think that she's being like, she means like mentally, how are you doing? He goes, I'm still human. But I think that she was giving him
like, no shit.
Yeah, she was giving him an opportunity to be a little deeper right there. Like, to just like, hey, like, if you are actually like, if this is like really making you crazy, this is a good time to bring it up.
Well, also I love how he's like, it holds 5,000 pounds, and then he hooks it to the rustiest, oldest hook that he can find.
You should have bought hooks as well. You should have replaced
those. The chain's gonna hold 5,000 pounds. That hook is not.
And it's not, and you actually see that later in the episode. He pulls the hook out. Yeah. So you're absolutely right about that. Bonnie arrives at Luca's apartment to return his dog tags, and she says that I'm sorry, and he was like, you could have killed me, but then he forgives her, which obviously, because there's something bigger at play here.
She's shocked too. She's like, what? I don't have to explain
she's shocked,
myself?
But then she like just accepts it like it's...
You're right. I almost killed you. It's fine. Here, let's go inside.
It's very strange. This is where... Yeah, so... I have some comments about Bonnie, but he forgives her or whatever. So then Bonnie walks in and she's very surprised to see how many grimoires they have. And he basically says, well, my father says that all witches are family. So you've just been collecting all these grimoires, which I don't think that's true. I mean, yes, all witches are family, but it doesn't mean that the family of that grimoire would be entitled to it.
Yeah,
first.
like I don't think Graham's had anybody else's grimoires.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody has been at grimoires.
She may have studied them, but I don't think that she had them.
That is true, because wasn't she like a professor for occult? Yeah.
Yeah, occult studies or something like that. Occult studies. Yeah. I think we have one of the occult studies books somewhere.
We do. I think it's behind Larry somewhere.
I think it's from season 4. I think it's from...
Later.
But we do have one. We'll show you guys later. She asks how to remove a spell from a talisman, and he says that spells are unique, but yeah, we'll work together and figure it out or whatever. Back at the grill, Alaric, he approaches Jules at the bar. He offers to buy her a drink. He's being super weird here. He's trying to pretend like he's the town drunk.
Yeah, he's trying to pretend like the creepy town drunk.
And he's like doing a very good job because it's giving me the ick. Like, I'm like, if this guy sat next to me, I would not be interested.
And that's just how I see Alaric anyway.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it right now. I'm not loving it.
Matt Davis was like, my time to shine.
Okay, so he tells her she must be new to town, and then Damon's like, oh, he's a town drunk, whatever, blah, blah, blah. She says it's not a problem, and Damon distracts her from Alaric.
Yeah, he tells Alaric to like get lost.
Yeah. So he could put the wolf's bane in her drink and like mix it up or whatever. So then
he does
that, and he leaves.
Like, come a little closer to me. Alaric's sitting right here. I'm Jules. Damon's literally like right here. I'm sure she can see out of the corner of her eye.
She can see out of the corner of her eye. Also, it's herbs. It's not mixing in like a sugar does or something. Like, it's not going to dissolve. It's
I don't
herbs.
know why they. And also, wouldn't you want the vampire?
In the wolf's vein water. You see it in the wolf's vein water. The herbs are all floating in the water.
Yes.
Like that doesn't make any sense.
But would you not want the vampire that can like do like super speed and like stay quiet to put it in there instead of the human?
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I agree.
That
But
scene kind of made me mad.
And if anything, even if you think that she's supernatural, she can also hear it. Why wouldn't you think she could hear that? So anyways, let's go back.
For a while there, I thought she wasn't a wolf. They did have me. For a minute, I was like, maybe she's not. Like Tyler. Like, if Tyler would have never killed somebody, then he would have never turned into one. That's what I was thinking about Jules. Maybe she's around all these wolves, but she hasn't activated her curse yet.
Yeah. Back at the tomb, tensions are high with Catherine and Stefan.
There is something about Catherine opening that little gate with her 6-day-old dress on. Oh, my God. And then she takes it off.
Yeah, she's like, dude, Catherine is still hot, even though we can tell she smells.
Dude, I have made fan edits to that scene before. I'll put one in.
Yeah, please do. Please do. Catherine explains desiccating to Stefan because she's like pretty much getting onto him for not drinking the blood that Damon offered him.
Yep.
And she says that your veins rub together like sandpaper and it's excruciating. And then Stefan says something to her that is my quote of the episode, so we will talk about it later. Or it's one of my quotes for the episode. So he looks at her, he makes that comment. And again, all kinds of tension. And he kind of like sits up. And he sits up like right in her chest, by the way. Like her chest is like right here. And he just like takes like this deep breath. And he's like, whatever. And then she was like, we can waste time here or we can have a little bit of fun. And she starts undressing. So when she starts undressing before him, she's like, let's make the best of our time, which I agree. Let's make the best of our time. And then she says, Damon's not going to rush to get you out of here. Damon has Elena right now. He's not going to rush to get you out of here.
Do you think it's considered cheating if they look alike? I mean, like, really? Like, is it cheating?
I mean,
because it's not even like twins, but they literally are the same.
But they're not, though. They're literally not the same.
They are the same. Like, their body it's the same body.
That's his ex-girlfriend.
So is that cheating?
That's his ex-girlfriend, definitely. Elena would definitely.
He could always play that. I'm sorry, I didn't know Catherine was trapped. I thought it was you, Elena.
I mean, he could say that she got in my head. I thought it was you. Like I was weak from the blood. Like I mean, he could say something like that.
Because what, like, if you're married to like a twin, and then you accidentally mistake the other twin for
then
that
the other
person,
twin's a piece of shit.
But would that be considered cheating? It's
I don't know.
same
I feel
person.
like you would know the two personalities, though.
Yeah. I feel like it's a gray area.
So even though I am a fan of Stefan and Catherine, and I'm fine with them hooking up at this point, it would be cheating. But I am fine with them hooking up with it. I mean, it is what it is.
What do you, would y'all do it if you were Stefan's situation?
Dude,
that's what I want to know. I would do it.
I would absolutely do it.
I would play dumb. I'd be like, Elena, I thought it was you. I'm sorry.
I know. So they start making out, super hot, all right? It's getting hot and heavy. They're throwing up each other up against the walls and stuff. And then he wakes up. And you see Catherine in his head. And then she goes, well, maybe I could spend an eternity down here after. He's all pissed. He's like, get out of my head, you idiot. And then she's like, well, maybe I could spend an eternity down here after all. And I just love it. Oh, my gosh. I love it.
Oh,
I love
literally,
how she gets her way.
Hold on. I wrote something down. I know Amber watched the makeout in slow motion.
I did not watch it in slow motion, but
she just kept replaying it.
I did actually really watch it. So, back at the Gilbert
the
house.
The notes stopped typing.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I gotta actually watch this. I'll come back to my notes. Back at the Gilbert house, Elena helps Jenna with like some books and stuff she's getting, and then she closes the door, and boom, Elijah's standing there.
That was such a good scene.
It was good.
And I forgot.
And
I
the way
know
Elena
that
jumps, and like a couple of the books like fall off of her because she did a really good job acting real scared right there.
You know, secret time. This is our secret between the podcasts. I've never thought he was hot. I've never thought Elijah was good looking. There was just something about him I didn't care for.
That haircut doesn't help.
No, but his demeanor in these scenes, I do find attractive.
It's the vibe.
Yeah, the vibe.
Yeah. That's how
Daemon Targaryen, that's how you feel with him?
Yeah. When we talk about Daemon Targaryen, like, do I think Matt Smith is the most attractive guy ever? No. But is he as Daemon Targaryen? Absolutely.
And Matt Smith with a white wig going, Caraxes.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's the vibe. It's the vibe. I feel the same way about Stavros. Like, no one understands. Like, they're going to all go look up Stavros and be like, what?
Nasty.
Yeah, well. All right.
That's how I feel about Shane Gillis? I think he's hot.
That's so funny.
What?
All right, I guess everybody go watch Tires season 1, 2, and 3. You can see Shane Gillis and Stavros in that episode.
Is that who that is?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then he's married to Steph Tola from the show. And she's the one that have you watched Tires? The first
Yeah.
couple seasons?
We're watching it right now. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't think Shane Gillis is hot until I like see him in there,
like
and
his
I'm
vibe.
like,
Yeah,
kinda...
I don't think Shane Gillis and his vibe are hot, but I do think Stavros is. So on his way out, Elijah makes a comment. He goes, "Thanks for inviting me into your home." So just to remind Elena, like, I've been invited in. And I think that when she goes to run upstairs, she has an idea he's about to be right back. So she runs to Jeremy, which I think is so sweet, because finally you're involving Jeremy. Like, get him, like, he wants to be a part of this. He wants to help protect you.
And I think it was kind of a safe space thing too, because don't forget, little Jeremy's 6 foot, like built.
Yes, she's like, "Let me get behind you, buddy. Let me get behind you.
Please protect me, Bubba."
But before he can open the door, Elijah cuts her off. So Elijah does make it upstairs. So then Jeremy goes downstairs, and he's like, "We gotta talk."
Yep. And he kind of threatens Elena too. He's like standing off the corner and he's telling her, like, "I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it." So when Jeremy opens the door, he like takes his headphones off. He's like, "What?" Which is super teenage thing to do.
It is.
And Elena's like, "Oh, Jenna needs your help with the boxes downstairs," and doesn't turn around, just like goes straight downstairs.
Which is like you wouldn't, again, out of the corner of your eye, you wouldn't feel another person standing there. I don't know.
Can they hold their breath like they do in Twilight? Do they ever talk about that in the show?
I don't know if they do talk about that.
I wonder maybe if he like holds his breath for a minute so that way he doesn't feel
when
anybody.
They were at Bree's bar, Damon described how everything works the same. He can eat normal food. He still goes to the bathroom and all that stuff. So maybe. I don't know.
You get turned into a vampire, you still gotta take a shit.
No. Back at the grill, Jules is just stirring her drink. She knows. She's just stirring it. She's been stirring it. She's not sipping on it.
And every time Damon's like going to cheers with her, she's like, "Mm-mm."
Yeah, not at all. And so then Damon's like, "Oh, I knew Mason." And she's like, "Oh, how did you know Mason?" And it just wasn't even a good enough of an answer.
It was so weird. He's like, "Oh, he's such a good guy. Friends of friends. Helped his nephew mourn."
Yeah, he's being weird. Like,
Tyler Lockwood, like.
Yeah. All right, so now we go back to Tyler Lockwood, and Tyler's all chained up and on all fours. If you were going to become a Tyler fan, this is it. This is the moment that it happens.
Yeah.
Even Caroline, I think, became a Tyler fan at this point when she saw him with his shirt off and stuff.
Crawling around.
Yeah, crawling around and everything. Yeah, I think that if you were becoming a Tyler fan, this is it. This is the moment that this is going to happen.
This is when 16-year-old Skylar was like, "I'm about to go lay in his bed."
Yeah, dude, this hunky dude. Yeah, absolutely. So he's chained up. He's telling Caroline it might take a few hours. She hands him the wolf's bane. She really tries to be there for him. I think the best that she can, because we got to all remember this is her first time experiencing this too. So she's very much trying to be a friend for him and comfort him, but she also doesn't know what's about to happen. I'm sure it's scary. I'm sure it's scary for both of them.
And I think she's also scared.
Series of events right now.
Yeah, like all he has to do is like nick her, and she's dead.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Well, that's what we think. We don't even know for sure, but that's what I'm assuming as well.
And so she's probably like, "I really want to help him, but I also really don't want to die."
Yeah. She is feeling back and forth about it, which you will see here in a little bit as well. Elaine and Elijah go to her room, and he tells her it's actually not his intention to break the curse. So she's a little shocked now. She's like, this whole time she's thinking, and he basically says, "If I wanted you and your family dead, we wouldn't be sitting here talking.
They'd be dead already. I would have killed them.
I would have killed them when I got in the house. You'd be on my shoulders and on the way out."
And he tells her his famous line for the first time. He says, "I'm a man of my word. When I make a deal, I do that deal.
Yes.
Or I complete it."
Yes.
Or whatever he says.
And if you realize, though, when he makes the deal, he says, "Everyone you love will be safe." He does not tell her that she will be safe. And the only reason that I noted that is because that's how he spoke to Rose. He promised her. He did not promise her and Trevor. And if you listen to how he uses his words and manipulates words like that, he's very good at it. It sounds to her like everyone's going to be safe, but he's not promising that she will. He's promising that everyone that she loves will. So that is something very important to note.
And I want to add that we can cut this out if we have to, but nobody knows that that's Klaus's brother, right? Nobody knows that yet, or do they?
I think they do because they know they're originals.
But they know Elijah's one of the originals.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just Klaus is the scariest one.
Yes.
Okay.
And they only know so much. I mean, they only know so much about Klaus based on everyone else. But coming straight from Elijah's mouth, he even says, I'm not in his inner circle anymore, but he's gone mad.
Because in the scene where they're talking, I was like, he was talking in a way that he wasn't saying, like, that's my brother. Like, I would know. You know, it was more of like a beating around the bush. So
He said inner circle.
Yeah, and I couldn't remember if, like, would they find out that Elijah's his brother? It's like a big, like, mic drop moment. It's like, oh, shit.
I can't remember either. So maybe, I can't remember either, but I'm assuming. I don't think we have to cut that
No,
out.
I think we can keep it in. And honestly, tell us. I mean, I want to know.
I honestly am not sure if that part has been.
So if y'all remember, just
comment
it and let us know.
But if you're putting 2 and 2 together, you know, original vampires, on the rooftop, Bonnie shows Luca the moonstone. She said she can't tell him what it's spelled with. And he's like, wow, you want me to help you, but you're going to keep all these secrets? Ha, ha, ha. He knows what it's spelled with. He knows exactly what he's doing. They levitate the moonstone. It explodes. But whatever's going on here, I don't believe it because we know Luca is in on Elijah. And this is actually going to be our Covington connection this episode. I did see this film. You'll see that when we get to that part of the episode.
And I think it's crazy how I kind of trust Elijah right now.
Yeah.
But I don't trust Luca and his dad.
I don't trust Luca and his dad at all.
No.
Absolutely not.
But like when Elijah, I'm like, okay, maybe we can hear him out. But then when they're on screen, I just get this like uneasy feeling. I'm like, I
agree. I absolutely agree.
Something's weird.
Tyler's starting to transform, and I'm going to be honest, they did a crazy good job with this. Crazy good job.
I know.
His bones breaking, the way his arms go back, the way Michael Trevino screams and makes all those noises, and how he's crying and how he's like begging.
I felt so bad.
I did too.
I
just thought Trevino did a really good job. And it was a good chance. This is going to be some character development for Tyler because we're going to see Tyler start to change. But I feel like Trevino deserved this change because Tyler was such a douchey piece of shit. The first 2.5 seasons. It's just like maybe this will humble him a little bit to have to experience something like that.
Vulnerable.
Yes.
Like watching him do it.
Yes.
It was a really, really good scene.
And he's fighting Caroline. I mean, he's fighting her, trying to be there for him, but she's not giving it up.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you what is up: the jig at the grill. The jig is up at the grill. The jig is up.
I know.
It is up.
I got secondhand embarrassment from that. It was so bad.
I did too. Jules is done, and you know what? Jules looks at Damon. She just looks at him and she goes, I sniffed you out from the moment I went in here. And she was like, the rest of the month, you'd have the upper hand. But tonight, you're stupid. Like, this is so dumb.
And then she goes, you've been marked.
You've been marked.
That fucks with Damon.
It does.
He's like, oh, shit.
He's kind of like, what does that mean? Like, what? You know,
what are you talking about?
He tries to act all tough about this, but she leaves. And when they go to leave, Alaric follows him out. And Alaric says, basically tells him, you need to be scared.
Yes, like, dumbass, you're going to die.
Yeah, like, if she bites you, like, this is it. Like, you need to be scared. And so Damon kind of agrees. And we actually have pictures of Jessica saw filming that night.
Jessica saw that scene.
So we'll try to get her to say a little something about that. But if not, we do have her photos from that night. And that's just the scene where the two of them walk out of the Mystic Grove. Yeah. So it was probably a quick scene when they were filming something else in town that day.
I imagine they were all there because they were doing the scenes with Tyler and them at Lockwood, and then they had to do the rooftop. So I wonder if those were kind of going on like the same.
I don't think they were because
you were out there.
I saw the rooftop filming, but I did not see Alaric and Damon filming. So they might have been separate.
I was going to say, because when I showed you the photos, you were like, no, they weren't in town. And I was like, no, Amber, there was like a quick little scene at the outside of the Mystic Grill.
I totally forgot. They stepped out of the Mystic Grill. But yes. So, but Jessica does have pictures with Alaric and Damon from that night. So we'll pop those up for you guys to see that. So, but Damon does agree. That's the important part. So back to the transformation again. Caroline's trying her best to comfort Tyler. And as he starts to really transition more and she finally sees his fangs come out, she runs off. She chains and locks the gate behind her, but he is clawing at her. Clawing at her. As Tyler still. Like, he's not fully wolf yet.
I was going to say, his fangs are out, and then his eyes have changed.
His eyes have changed, and, like, he's got, like, some of the bulging coming out, but he's not a wolf yet. She goes upstairs. There's a big wooden door. She locks it. Tyler finishes his transformation, and then he tries to get through the door.
Yes, he tries to get through the door, and then you see this little head poking through some of the doors, and I imagine it was literally just somebody behind a door going like,
trying to do that. And so she puts the lock or whatever, the big piece of plank
Also,
or whatever.
never seen this door before.
Never seen the door.
The door has never been there.
So she's always open. And then she runs off into the woods.
Yeah.
So that was a close call for Caroline.
Doesn't run too far either.
No.
Just kind of runs to the top.
Doesn't run far enough at all, especially for him to almost have made it through that door.
Yeah, kind of just goes outside and stands above the cellar.
Like, you're just waiting to see what happens. Like, oh no, he won't bite me as a wolf. Bitch, he will. He absolutely will.
He just chased you out the cellar.
Exactly. Damon arrives home, locks the front door before finding Rose there, because you remember he's a little upset with Rose, and Rose is like, look, I'm sorry, like, I didn't know that Elena had a death wish, and when she did, I called you, like, I tried to make it right. They hear a noise, he grabs a sword.
I saw that. You're a vampire.
He grabs a sword.
It's the one that sits above the
real talk,
two that cross.
So real talk, this has nothing to do with the show, but one time my ex-husband, my first husband, he was helping my brother fix up a house, and he was sleeping on a mattress on the floor in the living room, and someone broke in, and he grabbed his swords. And he chased with 2 swords.
Oh my god.
He chased.
I think that's worse than having a gun.
My first husband used to just like make chainmail because he was bored.
He's been waiting for that. He was like, "It's fucking on."
Yeah, he chased him out with 2 swords. So, anyways, I guess that is a thing. That is a thing. People do that.
I don't have a. I don't want to say I don't have a gun in my house. I have lots of guns. Okay. But I keep a giant butcher knife underneath my mattress with the handle sticking out. So if anybody tries to kill me in my sleep, I can grab it and then like slit them.
Unless they see it first and kill you with it. I mean, what are you? My mom sleeps with a lead pipe under her pillow. She's done that my entire life. So,
why?
Yeah. So she has something. Yeah. So she
Xander always makes fun of me, but I have one in my drawer and then one underneath my mattress just in case.
Nah, bro. There's nothing to make fun of you for. I think that's smart. So Damon grabs a sword. they hear a noise, and it happens to be a werewolf. It happens to be a wolf, and it bites Rose. And then Damon stabs it with the sword. He just stabs it right in the stomach, and she's freaking out. But the bite starts to heal, and Damon's holding her. And he's like, "You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay."
Myth busted.
Myth busted. Yeah, myth busted. Back at Luca's apartment, he gets home. He hands his father the moonstone, and he says, I basically, did it. She fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. And this is where I wrote down, this is Bonnie's fault for being a pick-me. Mm-hmm. Why are you acting like this?
Just make out with Jeremy.
Yeah, just make out with Jeremy.
Just
like, Jeremy is I understand she probably feels alone in the witchy sense. Like, it is nice to have somebody, but like, girl, like, why are you trusting like this?
And also, she did the same thing with girl at the masquerade ball. What was her name?
Amy?
No, the witch at that masquerade ball.
Oh, Lucy.
She did the same thing with her. She was like, "Oh my god, you're a witch too? Here's my entire storyline."
Yes, exactly. So I think that part is a little strange, and I wish that she would stop. I wish that she would stop being like that. But his dad says, "Hey, you can't go to bed yet. Elijah needs us to do one more thing, right?" Mm-hmm. And we find out I think we forgot to mention Elena negotiated something that we don't know yet. We're about to find it out, but Elena negotiated something earlier. So Stefan and Catherine are talking. They're back in the tomb. We're back in the tomb. Stefan and Catherine are talking. She says, "I love you, Stefan, even if you don't believe me." And he says, "Well, then prove it to me. Prove it to me." Like, and she goes, "No, I'm not going to do that because you're still going to hate me. Like, it's not going to matter." Like, and she's like, "You're just playing me right now," or whatever. Which he probably is. I mean, he probably is. Yeah. And she says, "I don't know where Klaus is, but start with Isabel. She's the one that found me." Yep. So Isabel. that's a mic drop.
And she knew that it was Elena's mother because she goes, "Find Isabel's Elena's mother."
Elena's mother, yeah, she does say that. She goes, "She is the one that found me." So crazy. That's kind of crazy.
I kind of forgot about Isabel. It was a little
I kind of forgot about Isabel, but you remember a couple of episodes they said something about looking into her research. They brought something else and they said something about looking into her research. So I also kind of forgot about her though. Elijah shows up in the tomb. Yep. Stefan's a little confused, right? Remember? He didn't get a warning.
Catherine is scared.
Catherine is very scared. And we learned that Elena bargained Stefan's freedom. So that is what Luke and his dad are doing. They're bringing the tomb down just for Stefan, because Catherine tries to run. Catherine cannot get out.
Nope.
And then Elijah compels her, telling her that Klaus is going to want to know where you are, and you can't leave until I say that you can.
Yep. And then she's stuck again.
And now she's stuck. And I'm telling you, the way Elijah uses his words are important, because that means even if the barrier goes down, she cannot leave until he says that she can.
Well, she almost got out, but he stood in her way. He like blocked her body from leaving. Because the barrier is down, but he got her before she could run away.
Okay, so that's what it was. Okay,
Yeah,
I guess I couldn't tell that part.
No, she almost, because she went to go vamp out, and then he vamped in front of her and stopped her, and that's when he was like, no, you're not leaving. You're going to stay in here until I say you can go.
Okay, so so it is down.
Yeah, it's down right now. Anybody can come and go except for her.
Except for Catherine. Okay, see, that's what I was confused about. I didn't know if they just... Okay, that makes sense then. Okay. She begged Stefan to help her, and I'm going to be honest with you. For a moment, he felt bad for her. He did. He did. He stopped the way he was looking at her. I know Stefan.
She's like, I know Stefan.
And he absolutely felt bad for her in the moment, but he was still like, I got to do what I got to do. Goodbye, Catherine.
Peace out.
It looks like Tyler did not make it through the wood door. He could make it through the chains and the gates.
The wood door stopped him.
But the wood door is what stops him. So he did not make it through the wood door.
You did a good job, buddy. Give you a little head scratch.
She finds him on the floor. He's breaking down, which is absolutely understandable. And she's like, being there for him. Back at the Gilbert house, Stefan and Elena are back, baby.
And they're making out on the bed.
They're getting real hot and heavy because it's been a couple of days, It's been a few days.
I'd do the same thing.
Also, I also would do the same thing, but I would have let him shower first. He's been in there for a couple of days. So I probably would have.
The stinkier the better.
No, that is how you like it. Absolutely not. Caroline tells Damon that Tyler was locked up all night. So they figure out that it's Jules. Yeah. It was Jules that bit her. And he says, I'm really sorry she was after me. I kind of pissed her off at the grill. Like, I shouldn't have been messing with her. And Damon's like, but you know what? I'm happy that it didn't work.
Yeah, I'm happy that the myth was fake.
I would like for you to stick around. And then she's like, well, I'll stick around if you just want to be friends. And he's like, just friends. And she goes, I don't like men who love other women. Mm-mm. She said, but I can be your special friend. Yep. And he goes, yeah, I think I like you. And then they start like making out hot and heavy. And just as he's like moving his arm around where he's about to like take her clothes off, she's like, ow, oops, ow. And then they go and take the robe off, and it is disgusting what's over there.
Bubbly.
It's all bubbly and nasty. It's totally infected. It is not healed. And that's how the episode ends.
Before we end it, though, the couch that Damon and Rose were like making out on, same couch I got in my house.
It's the same style couch.
It's the same style. Yeah,
it's not like she didn't get the couch from
no.
But
you can tell there's like little. It's like a wavy little brown leather couch. Yeah. It's the one my dogs sleep on. It's their couch.
Look at that.
I got it for free from somebody. So,
and that's by the light of the moon.
Ow!
Hey guys, we're here to do our Covington connection. So I am actually in front of Bread and Butter, which is down here, the rooftop of the Bread and Butter, this brick building. It's actually the rooftop of the Bread and Butter and Ridge Avenue. We're standing in the shade because it's really, really hot today in Mystic Falls. But I just wanted to tell you that this is actually the roof of the Mystic Grill. They use it again in season 2, episode 11, which is By the Light of the Moon. So here's the thing. It's unclear. He just says to Bonnie, hey, this is a good spot coming up to the roof. That was a good idea. In the show, that is supposed to be the rooftop of the Mystic Grill. For this episode, we're unsure if it's still the rooftop of the Mystic Grill or if it's supposed to be the rooftop of his apartment. The reason I think they also made it the rooftop of his apartment is because when they pan over the whole town, you can see the Mystic Grill. When they have Vicky up there and they're tossing her back and forth, you cannot see the neon signs and tell that the building behind them is the Mystic Grill. So that's just kind of a difference for that. So anyways, we were out here the night that they were filming that episode. And if you remember, this is the scene where they have the moonstone and he pretends to break the curse. We could not see filming, obviously, because they're up on the roof, but we were standing over in the square and we could see all the sparks flying. So all the beautiful sparks that you see in the episode that are flying all around them, we could see that from the rooftop. So we couldn't see people. We couldn't see the moonstone. We just saw sparks flying. We knew something magical was happening. And once we saw it on air, it was really, really cool to be able to see that come to life. Say, hey, Brian! Hey!
Hey.
Hey. MVP of the episode. Mine's Caroline. Mine's Caroline, because I do think that Caroline risked a lot to be there for Tyler.
I can see that.
She knew that a wolf bite could. She just didn't want him to be alone, and I just think that she did a real good job trying to be there for him. So I want to give it to Caroline for that. I just, I don't even think I've given Caroline an MVP yet, because she was so terrible in the first season. She definitely didn't get one then. So.
I think I have. I was thinking about Caroline, but I felt like I'd give it to so many girls that I was like, I gotta choose somebody else. So I chose 2. I did Tyler and Elijah.
Okay, why Tyler?
Well, Tyler, I just felt bad, man.
Just him going through it.
That scene was so good of him like transforming.
He did.
Yeah. And then,
we could say, like, you remember I said Nina Dobrev. We could say Michael Trevino is the MVP.
Yeah,
for this
yeah.
episode,
So Michael Trevino is definitely the MVP.
Sure.
And then I did Elijah. I liked his demeanor this episode. I liked how you kind of felt like you could trust him, but then it was still that thing of like, I wouldn't go too far with it. But, he didn't seem like a bad guy in this episode. And then he let Stefan out.
Yeah.
So I thought you probably would have loved that, but apparently not. So never mind.
I did love him for letting Stefan out. Quote of the episode. I actually have 2. So my first one is when Tyler and Caroline are talking. And
you bitch, I think you took mine.
No, what's yours?
Mine's when he goes, it's elastic.
What
should I wear? I don't think
it's like the Hulk where I get to keep my pants.
Yeah.
I wrote
Fuck.
That's a great quote. It was funny though. It was funny because he was like, he took off his shirt or whatever. That's why we didn't bring that up during the episode, because I knew it was one of my quotes. That's so funny. That's so funny. Yeah, he goes, it's elastic. What should I wear? I don't think it's like the Hulk where I get to keep my pants. So
that was my quote.
That's good. That's great. My other quote is, the pleasure I'll get from watching you suffer is greater than any pain I'll ever feel. Stefan says that to Catherine, and I just thought it was hot. I was like, oh, okay. Whatever. Thought it was hot. All right, guys. So that means this week, we know Tyler's a werewolf now, and Elijah, we still don't even know Elijah and Elena's full plan. We're going to learn that next week. And next week's episode is going to be The Descent, which is season 2, episode 12. This is a great episode. We're also leading into some more characters coming in here soon. But next week's episode, we're going to see more deception. Everyone has their own plan, and it's going to start overlapping, and plans are not going to work because everyone has their own plan. Nobody's communicating together. Everyone thinks they're going to be the first one that get a head start to solve everything, and that's not how it's going to be. It would just be better if they would all work together, but here we are. Make sure you guys use hashtag Bloodlines and Backdrops. Tell us what your favorite moment from the podcast is so far, and what you're most excited about for season 2.
So I just wanted to show you guys before the episode ends how big these actually are. And I'm like 5'1", and this is still dragging the ground. So there's
remember, guys, stay safe, stay wolfy, and remember, in Mystic Falls, nothing is ever as it seems. Ow!